Good morning, you guys. As promised, this week's video is about the new Nars liquid blush, which I purchased in the color Orgasm. Orgasm was described as a pink with a goldish glow, so it's a really nice neutral pink, not too cool or warm, which is why I picked it. And I'm going to do kind of a demonstration, a little tutorial on how to apply it. And then later on, I'm going to talk about the product, about how much product you get, the price, the wear, and all of that sort of thing. So for this morning, I'm going to do kind of just a quick little get ready with me and show you how I apply it. So before I go in with any of the face products, I'm going in with my primer. I'm still using the Becca First Light Priming Filter. So I'm just going to get that on. And then before I use liquid products like blushes and highlighters with my liquid foundation, I also like to do my under eye concealer first. I'm going to pop that on and then we'll start applying the products. So I am primed and concealed. For those of you who are curious, I used the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the color Vanilla, which is light number 2. I apply liquid blushes the same way that I apply liquid highlighters, by dropping it onto the cheek where I'm going to want it and blending it in with the foundation as opposed to putting it on top of foundation that's already been applied. So I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to be using, for my highlighter today, Benefit's What's Up Cream Highlighter with the Nars blush. So that should be a lot closer for you guys. Here's what we're looking at. So with the Nars, I'm actually going to go ahead and put on the What's Up first, just so I don't smear the Nars once I have that on. So with this guy, I'm just going to put it, same as I do with the true liquid highlighters as opposed to the cream, right where I'm going to want my highlighter. So there on top of the cheekbone and a little bit there on my brow bone as well. Get the other side, and maybe sometimes right down the bridge of my nose, just for fun. Then, what's so awesome about this Nars product is it is so powerfully pigmented. I use so little of it. So I would want this on my cheek right here about. So I use maybe like half a pump. Literally that tiny drop is all that I use. You can try putting on a little bit more, but I think that you'll find very quickly that you just don't need to. And now I'm going to go into my foundation. Today I'm using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. And I'm going to start blending that around first. So that's going to go forehead, and both cheeks. So now I have two separate brushes I'm going to use. I'm going to use one to focus on the foundation and one that will be focusing more on the blush highlighter application. So I'm going to start by blending out the foundation, avoiding that blush and highlighter up in the corner of my face. I am going right over that highlighter that I put on my brow bone. But still avoiding the bit on the cheeks for now. So then when I've still got a little bit of highlighter left on my cheek, or foundation that hasn't been blended left on my cheek, I take a different flat top brush and I'm going to go in and start blending the blush and highlighter up on my cheek together. So, and the reason I do that is just so I don't get all of everything mixed in with my foundation at once. So I'm just going to kind of keep it concentrated to the area that I'm going to want it. And you can see how really well that blends out. I go clockwise, counterclockwise, and once I start to feel like it's about as blended as it's going to get, I switch back to my foundation brush, and you can see I left a little bit of unblended foundation right here, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this cheek area and kind of use the foundation brush to buff around the edges of where the liquid stuff was blended, so it all comes seamlessly together like that. So I'll do it again on the other side so you guys can kind of see it twice. So I'm going to blend here, keeping my blending movements concentrated to the area I'm going to want that color. And you can see again how much pink I'm getting out of just that one little drop. And then again, same thing. You see how it looks a little bit sharp, almost like a contour here and up here. I take my foundation brush again and just kind of buff out the edges. to kind of blend it in a little bit better. And then if I have any rough spots or spots that I feel like I want to blend out a little bit more, I grab a damp beauty blender and just kind of dab at it. And that is the look. So I'll zoom me back out. And that's the completed look. So like I said, I use the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, not a full coverage foundation, very medium coverage. And that's just kind of the natural blend look that you get with the liquid blush as opposed to a powder blush. So that is it for the demo and application tutorial. I'm gonna finish up my makeup and I will pop back on a little bit later and talk to you a little bit more about the product itself. This is the next day, and I do apologize for that because I do not have the Nars liquid blush on today, but yesterday completely got away from me. I didn't have time to come back on and talk about the other things that I wanted to talk to you about. So I did want to go ahead and show you guys just a quick swatch of the product without being mixed with foundation or anything else so you can see what it looks like. It is, again, this is the color Orgasm. Very, very liquidy, very, very pigmented if you haven't gathered that yet. The first time I put this on, I did a full pump on both cheeks and I had to take it off. It was way too much color. I looked like I was in a play. So you're definitely gonna get a lot out of this bottle. The bottle, since we've learned our lesson as of my previous video, this is half of a fluid ounce, which is that's a pretty good amount, 15 milliliters. And I don't have a full-size Nars blush, but I do have this old cheek compact for their Albatross highlighter, and their blush compacts are the same size. This one is a total weight of 0.16 ounces. I tried to look online and see if I could find any information about liquid to powder conversions or how much is in each one, and I couldn't really find anything definitive, but I did have both of these products from the same line. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder that I use every day, and this is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. So standard foundation, this is 1 fluid ounce, and the powder is 0.29 ounce, so a little less than a third. And this one I guess was roughly the same. This one again was half an ounce versus 0.16 ounce. So maybe about slightly less than a third different, the powder would be slightly less than 1/3 of the liquid. But I don't know how that translates. I don't know if you go through the powder much more slowly than you do the liquid. I honestly am not sure if any of you have any information on that. Please let me know. But regardless, given the tutorial, the demo that I did of this, the amount that you use, I kind of feel like this is gonna be like nail polish. Like you might just never actually get all the way to the bottom of the bottle, which is perfectly fine with me. And also FYI, this is $30 retail, and I checked and their blushes are also $30. So you're paying the same price. So if the difference in quantity bothers you, not sure what to do about that, but they are the same price. One other thing to mention about the product is I have oily skin, as I mentioned before, and I would think that with a liquidy product, maybe it wouldn't have as much oil control. It might make me look a little bit too shiny, and I don't find that to be the case at all. It's not that it moves around any more than a powder does. Once it's on, it stays pretty locked in place where I apply it. So I'm very impressed with that because I really like how the liquidy products feel on my skin. They just feel very weightless and they sort of move with my skin more than a powder does, if that makes sense. So good to know that they don't move or bleed or run around. Those are just a couple key points that I wanted to make sure that I covered after the video that I was just mentioning that I did the other day about the Maybelline concealer versus the Nars concealer. I'll link that down below if you want to go and check it out. It actually turned out that the Maybelline concealer was more expensive than the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, which came as a shock to me. So I definitely wanted to start talking more about what you're paying for and the quantity that you're getting in the products that I review on my channel. So that's going to be it for the Nars Liquid Blush review. I really like it. I like the color. I think that the color works really well on my skin. I think it came in maybe 3 or 4 other colors in different warm shades, cool shades, and deeper shades for various skin tones, which I think is really cool. So some that are gonna be way too dark for me are gonna look gorgeous on darker skin. I'm loving this liquid makeup trend. The foundations that I have been using have been I've been leaning more and more towards the more liquidy consistency as opposed to the creamy, which is also super nice in summer. You know that I've been obsessed with liquid highlighters lately, and this is the first liquid blush that I've tried. I was a little bit skeptical about it, but I'm really happy that I picked it up. So if you're a fan of Nars in general, this product does not disappoint. I can say that I would definitely recommend it after having used it for a couple of weeks. I'm going to wrap up the review there. For next week's video, I'm planning to talk to you guys about this product. This is the Your Skin But Better CC Cream Plus Illumination, which is different than their standard just regular CC cream. It gives you a little bit more of a glow, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that product. So definitely hit subscribe on your way out so you don't miss when that video drops, and so you don't miss my next workout, which I post on Mondays to get your week started off right. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. As always, I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!